Hello there, Matt. How's it going?
It's going good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's a beautiful day here in Seattle. I think we're having one of the hottest weeks ever in April.
Yeah, absolutely. Got my water right here, trying to stay hydrated.
Good deal. Well, I think you and I were discussing the topics surrounding entrepreneurship,
Mhm.
finances, and ultimately just the subject of network marketing. And really, so many people these days that we run into have heard of network marketing, maybe had a little bit of experience with it, but yet a lot of times want to run the other way. There's a lot of misconceptions floating around. So I thought it would be a good idea. Maybe we could discuss this a little bit, what we've been hearing, some responses people have, and maybe how they've overcome that.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Obviously, we've run into a number of people, and I guess from personal experience, you have a wide array of different people you could talk with. Some people, they're absolutely fearful of the mention of network marketing. Um, and then you hit the other end of the spectrum where people who absolutely love it, they have a better understanding of it, and so a lot of that fear factor is gone. And maybe they've even tried it in the past, but of course with varying results. People may have gotten just enough to pay for their products. Other people may have been able to go on trips and get incentive bonuses and all those sorts of things in their previous experience, but then maybe something happened with the company. But there's a variety of different dynamics that go into this profession. And I think it is a good idea to produce this series so that people can get a little more comfortable with what this actually is.
Absolutely. And I think as we've talked before, even your own experience surrounding network marketing is probably very similar to a lot of people. Maybe you could share a little bit about that, how you came to be working with the company you're working with now, but how did you get there? Was your first impression of network marketing the most favorable? And are you still working with that company today?
hmm Yeah, I think my story is a lot like most people. They may have been exposed to certain businesses in the past, or they were invited to meet with someone and their business partner because they like certain qualities about you. Maybe in my case, there's a gentleman from my business who invited me to come and take a look at a business that he and his business partner were putting together. And that was my first introduction to network marketing. I attended the event that they were holding and was actually really fascinated by the business model. But after attending a few other events, it just became clear to me that this probably wasn't going to be a fit for me. There was a bit of a conflict with my personal beliefs and values, and so I just, in integrity, I couldn't imagine myself really going very far in that company and remaining who I was and remaining true to myself. So years passed and other opportunities popped up that, again, I was fascinated with the business model, so I wanted to give them a try, but there just were some things missing and they didn't really go anywhere. Eventually they each kind of fizzled out. So it left me with the feeling that as much as I liked the idea of doing network marketing, it probably just wasn't something I could do. That's about 10 years into the process there. And since I had started my own business, your typical conventional business, and was pretty happy with the results of doing that, but there were some challenges. For one, it's the sort of thing where it's very skill driven. There's not much duplication in what I did and what I could produce for people. So if it wasn't me doing the work, then it was going to be hard for me to continue making money if I needed to take time off for either just recreation, other important things, and especially when it came to time with family. If you're not working, you're not making money. So we had a bit of a family health issue where I needed to spend time with my father. And I started to do a lot of research on health and nutrition at that time. because I wanted to find some ways that I thought could be effective for assisting him, because I didn't have a whole lot of confidence in the typical treatment methods for what he was dealing with, his particular health challenge. Thankfully, I was able to learn a lot about nutrition and how that could play a role in assisting people building up their immune system, just giving them more nutrients for their bodies to work with so they could be stronger when going through certain challenges. And that's when we managed to connect via Facebook, and I was able to balance what you had to say about your knowledge of nutrition with the research I had done. And then, of course, eventually with you introducing me to our product line that we're working with now. And to just see how it all jived and it made sense. And it was really about nourishment. It wasn't about shortcuts. It wasn't about gimmicks. It was about just getting good quality nutrition into the body. So when you first sent me a link to get more information about what you're talking about, that's when I realized it was a little replicated website. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's one of those.
Yep, I remember.
So I was like, well, I took a look at it, and because it did make sense, I just told my wife, I was like, okay, it's a network marketing thing, but I really think the products are good products based on what I've researched. So listen, let's just not even worry about the business thing. We tried it in the past, and that's probably just not going to work out, but it's a pretty good product, so let's check them out. Well, it didn't take too long to realize that there really was a pretty good opportunity with this product line. So, of course, you and I have teamed up, and we've created an organization and continue to build, and it's been a great experience, because unlike the previous 10 years where I had other exposures to different companies, I just finally had the right people around me. We had the right methodology and the right philosophy and approach to doing this business. And I think for a lot of people, that's where it gets challenging, because let's just think about the different sorts of approaches that people might experience. They're approached by someone who might be very complimentary. They start inviting them to, just come over to our house or come meet with me and some of my friends. And then it's the kind of an ambush situation. What other things come to mind for you along those lines?
Well, yeah, I think you're exactly right. There is a good reason why there's a lot of people with a poor impression of network marketing. Like you said, there's the whole ambush methodology, where distributors are not forthright about what they're doing. It's very secretive. So you've got that going on, because nobody wants to invite their friends over for one thing and then find out later it's just basically a sales pitch. I mean, the alarms start going off.
Yeah, it's the, so is that really all of those compliments were about? They didn't really like my suit. It was just to get here, put the sales pitch on me.
Exactly. Well, and then you have the whole fact that a lot of people got burned in network marketing. In the past, and even today, we still see this within some circles, is the idea of front-loading product. Where people are given incentives to buy thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars worth of product, which is more product than they could personally use in a reasonable period of time. But the thing is, they need to get this out in the market. They need to sell it. These people are not taught the skills and not taught how to do this. So what inevitably happens, they're stuck with this product. It's in their garage. It eventually expires. They don't want to take it. And here they just lost all this money.
Yeah, and then you feel kind of silly, because you just got this pile of product staring at you every time you walk into the garage. And it's just a painful reminder of something that kind of makes you feel like you've been, duped.
Oh, yeah. And for good reason, people are cautious when it comes to network marketing companies. But the reality is the whole profession has shifted and changed over the years. And with a high quality company, one with integrity, we don't see these issues
Mm-hmm.
because there aren't high buy-ins. Really, a good quality company, one that really stands behind their product, you shouldn't have to buy more product than what you would personally use within a month, maybe two. Just depending, maybe you get a better value if you buy a package of products up front, but you're not buying $5,000 worth of product that you have to move. You're buying a few $100s worth of product that you and your family are going to personally consume.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you see it in that perspective, and especially if it's a company that provides products that they're something that you use already, where basically you don't have to outlay additional money from your family's budget, where you can take money that maybe you're spending at the grocery store, at the supplement store, online, and just move it to a different source. But I think when you start looking at that, then the question comes in, what's the quality of these products?
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's another issue people have. Sometimes people have had very good experiences and realize that one of the reasons companies use network marketing to distribute their products is they're very high quality and very unique, so they need to be distributed in a different way. But on the flip side, we also have those companies, and this comes back to some of my passion and background in nutrition, where you see companies really taking advantage of consumers and marking up products that are excessively high. And when you look at the ingredients, the quality and especially the quantity are just not there to support it. And so really, when you look at network marketing, you have to be a wise consumer. Just like any other product that you're going to purchase or consume, you need to do a little bit of research. And one thing is, how do these products compare to other products in the same space, right? A lot of products in network marketing are nutritional in nature. So are they unique just to network marketing, or do they compare to other products in the same space, retail, online? And how do they compare? Will they stand up against those products? And they really should. Just because maybe there's a business opportunity attached, that shouldn't be a reason to overcharge people for products.
Yeah.
It's just a different way of distributing products. And it can be a better way because as we have learned through this process, these products can be taught and people can be educated about properly using these. That's something you don't get from an online store or you get from even a retail channel. But even going so far as creating a community that wants to help one another reach the same health goals. Where else do you find that? You don't really find that in the retail channel, even online. They seem to be very much segregated.
Yeah. So, I mean, it seems to me, and those are really important points. It seems to me that if someone is considering, they're weighing their option as to whether they want to get involved with network marketing or not, just know that example that I mentioned in the beginning, that whole that secretive, just kind of aloof approach to business, where people don't really want to tell you up front what it is until they can get you into a meeting, and then all of a sudden you're getting pressured into doing something, and it's just a highly uncomfortable. And for some people that tends to work. Obviously there's some pretty big companies out there where that's unfortunately the reputation, but they happen to find the people who respond well to that. And I think that's part of the approach to how they build their business. But the reality is there's far more people out there who would like to be able to just simply make an educated decision, have all the facts presented to them, upfront and honestly, authentically, no sort of weird diversion or sugarcoating. It's just, give people some information, let lead with a good product. Do as you said, there's just so many either overpriced products that might be good or products that just aren't so great, that are still, they cost too much, and they're really selling more of the promise of the dream, of what what this business can do for people rather than a good product that has some substance to it, that has good value, that people would want to actually purchase and consume on a regular basis. So it would be important to know that you don't have to get involved in network marketing to be kind of the pushy, the word escapes me again, that weird, aloof, pushy, sneaky way of doing business. Yeah, the slimy salesman thing. You can actually just be upfront and honest about what you're doing. And I love the point that I've learned about network marketing in general too, is just you can be open and upfront with people, because the reality is we all do network marketing all the time, really. Most people do it every day, but they're just not getting paid to do it. Absolutely. So why not just learn how to do it in such a way that you take a skill that you already possess. It's enough to get started. Obviously, there's some things you can do to get a little better, to be able to be more effective in actually doing this business. But take this skill that you already possess and refine it a bit, and then find a product that you do enjoy, that you think is of good value, and that you would feel comfortable recommending to people. Because again, a lot of times you are talking to your friends about this product. Friends typically ask friends, what do you think about this? Do you know of anything that would work? Or you might just have a friend who just can't help but talk about how happy they are with certain results they're getting. And so you want to be able to feel comfortable telling your friends about what you've been using. And if it just so happens that you'd like to build a business and create some more intentional residual income, it should be something where you can feel comfortable and also open and honest and authentic sharing with people.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that for a lot of people, hold on one second here. For a lot of people, they think of network marketing as it's a sales job. You have to be a good salesman. Mm-hmm. But I really like to think about it as it's about building quality relationships, because people hate being sold products. People want to be educated. They want to be helped. They want to be supported. And this is a great way to do that, because anybody can, in other words, almost manipulate others to sign on the dotted line. But that's not what network marketing is about. Getting somebody just to make an initial purchase is not how you build a network marketing business. What we want are long-term customers. And the only way to do that is to build relationships.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I think we've got a good thing going on here, and I'd love to keep exploring this idea of network marketing and really share what this is all about, because so many people have been touched by network marketing in one way or another, but really they haven't been properly educated about what it can do for them and how so many people can benefit, that we really need to clarify things and help educate people how they can take advantage if they so choose. Because network marketing is not for everybody, but there's a lot of people who could benefit either just from the products themselves, or maybe just making a few $100s extra per month to help them pay off their credit card bills, to get through the month, quite honestly, or maybe something larger like making their car payment, or maybe eventually their house payment. I mean, what a relief that would be to take that financial weight and just kind of lower it a little bit by doing something a little bit more intentional that they can do in the pockets of their life, especially in this day and age when there's so much available in terms of reaching people through social media channels, text messaging. I mean, we're connected to so many different ways. And if we can help better the community by educating people and helping them change their lives, I think that's a positive thing. And you and I both know so much about personal development. And as the saying goes, that a lot of people feel that network marketing is really a personal growth process with a compensation plan attached. And so many people are just not aware of that.
Well, and that's the whole discussion about what your intention is too. admittedly, I think there's a lot of people out there that are just very ambitious, and they're going for the benefits involved, and it may not be as motivated. Their motivation may not be where most people might have their motivation, and so it may work for those people to do it the way they're doing it. But I think a far greater number of people, and I think part of why we're seeing this this big or rapid growth in network marketing around the world is because the majority of people. I have a little person. What do you want to know? You're hungry? Well, I'll make you a snack here in a second.
I was wondering what was going on behind there.
Yeah. A lot more people are actually realizing that they can be involved in this. It doesn't have to be like an overambitious, cutthroat sales position where they're going for the fancy car and the big house and everything. Like you said, a lot of people, they just want to be able to utilize this to enhance their quality of life to whatever degree is useful to them. So whether it is just an extra car payment, house payment, building up a little vacation fund, talking about a product that they like with their friends and sharing with people they know. There's a lot more positive stuff that can happen when you approach network marketing in that way. It can be a rewarding and fulfilling experience if you align yourself with the right people, the people that have a similar thought process that you have, so that you can go to work together, support one another in this build that you're taking on, and all the while feeling in good conscience that you're involved in something that's positive and worthwhile.
Absolutely. And I think too that, for me, I love the nutritional and the health aspect of what network marketing can bring. And for me, what I've seen happen for a lot of people, the priority is not on their health, but it really should be. And we think by providing just a product or a service that can help them, they jump on board, get great results, and change their life.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is people don't have time, and so they lose their focus. But what I found so interesting with network marketing is that if there's this other opportunity, let's say they'd love to make an extra $300 a month to help out with their family's budget. Well, suddenly if they're involved in a health company, they're going to take more intention, more purpose with their health. They're going to dive in and do a little bit more research. They're going to be a little bit more diligent in how they follow the program, because ultimately they know that they want to become like a walking billboard. They want to show that it really works. Mm-hmm. And so if they put their focus there, there's a little monetary bonus, but if that's what helps shift people in getting better education and putting priorities a little bit in better order, then that can be a very positive thing. So I love that aspect where, this opportunity can help people with that personal growth, and the opportunity can also help them change their family's physical health too. There's just so many habits that go hand in hand that just start compounding over one another.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we should probably bring this little discussion to a close for now, so it's not too much to have to chew for any of our viewers. But perhaps in summary, what would you say are the things that people could take away from this in this whole discussion about network marketing?
Well, I think the biggest thing is just to have an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, I think the best example, I'll try to be quick here, is everybody has probably been in some sort of relationship with a significant other. Now, most of us are not necessarily with the first person we started dating. Maybe it went okay. Maybe it ended poorly. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we give up on wanting to be with somebody. And I think that's the same thing with network marketing. Just because there are people out there that have had bad experiences, there are people out there that have gotten burned, doesn't mean it's a bad profession. It just means maybe you're with the wrong people, maybe you're with the wrong company or the wrong product. But there's plenty of other opportunities out there. So keep an open mind. Be open-minded. And if you have that, it may not be the first or second company you come across that's the right fit. But ultimately, if you're open-minded, you're going to do your research, and you may actually find a good, solid company that you can feel comfortable with, and ultimately can change a whole lot in your family's future.
Well said. I don't think I can add to that. And it sounds like I better get the door. So
okay, perfect timing. Until next time, Matt.
All righty, bye.